You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris. Good day, sir.
Hey, man, how you doing? John, Heidi, good to see you.
Hey.
All right, big day today. Well, every day's a big day, isn't it?
Kind of.
I wake up in the morning, I go, hey, where are you at? United States of America, son. I go, yeah, I am.
Yes, you are.
Woo!
Again.
You know, we talked about just the other day. In fact, I think it was it yesterday, that day in history, that little pretrial came through and they decided they had enough evidence to try O.J. Simpson and that double. Well, it's O.J.'s birthday today. He's 74. Oh, yeah. What is he doing these days? Is he still in jail, out of jail? Does anybody
he's
care?
out of
right
jail.
Is he running loose now?
He's looking for the real murderer, Dan.
Well, I hope he finds them.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks is 64 today.
Oh, wow.
Who's been in every movie ever made in the last 20 years, apparently. Courtney Love is 56.
I remember her.
I wonder what she's up to these days.
Probably.
I have no idea
Courtney
what she's
Love.
up to.
I don't know. I haven't seen her in a long time.
Well, I think she just kind of got busy raising her daughter and stuff. And
That's cool.
I hope she's okay. It was 1955 this very day. Bill Haley and the Comets' Rock Around the Clock hits #1 on the Billboard charts.
I
always liked that.
I still love that song.
It's a good tune.
So do a lot of people. Do you realize that is actually in the Guinness Book of World Records as the #1 selling single of like all time?
Really? I
thought
did
it was
not
a
know that.
White Christmas.
As we sit here today, Rock Around the Clock has sold about 44 million copies.
Wow.
So you're saying they're doing okay?
I guess.
The Haley estate.
I guess. What else is going on in the world of history? This date, 1776, Declaration of Independence, is read to George Washington's troops. Just kind of cool.
Nice.
In fact, it was delivered to the camp, I believe, right outside of New York at the time, and George Washington actually read it to his soldiers.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Like, hey, we're doing this now. Good job, boys.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
You think about it, man. You look at George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, John Adams. We stand on the shoulders of giants.
Oh, yeah.
Hugely great men.
And
Oh, yeah.
some of us somehow think we're flying.
Yeah.
No, it's unbelievable. And Heidi, this one's for you.
Okay.
Was this day in 1842, notary stamp law passes. I know. Now, Heidi, as you may or may not know, Heidi is a notary public.
A real one.
Is a notary public. But did
doesn't
you
just
know
play one on the
this?
radio.
This happened just about a year ago, Heidi. South Dakota House Bill number 1272, an act to provide remote notarization. It allows a notary to notarize a document which was executed by an individual who was not in the notary's physical presence at the time the document was signed. Instead, the individual may execute the document remotely, so long as you appear or they appear before the notary by means of, quote, communication technology
weird.
when signing.
So you can do notaries from like Zoom meetings now?
Yeah. You can do like deep state notaries.
Well, that's a whole new ad.
Yeah. We didn't even
That's a whole new marketing concept.
didn't even deploy that tactic.
So that's a pretty big deal right there. I think possibly the biggest question anyone should have is, why does Dan know about South Dakota House Bill 1272?
Got a feeling Google was involved.
So that's all the riveting stuff I've got. So there you go. I know now. You know now. We all know.
We all know, and we're all smarter for knowing. It is the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
Do you pay too much for insurance? Have you looked around? Or are you too chicken? Don't be afraid to look around to see if you can find a better deal at InsuranceChicken.com. We make it super simple for you to see rates from several different companies, to see what they have to offer, all in one place. Check out great insurance deals at InsuranceChicken.com. Is it time for you to cross the road? See if we can save you money each month at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves to wrestle bears and lasso ducks, run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Well, tip of the Ranger hat, and good morning to you two crazy little lovebirds. Eugene, how the heck you doing? Heidi!
Hi, Ranger Dan.
Say, Heidi, let me ask you a little something. Have you ever been a florist?
No.
Since meeting you, my life has been nothing but rosy. Of course, every rose has its thorns, like old Gene over there. Hey, let's get busy. Little Radio Rangers, we've been working our way through the alphabet, and we've covered quite a bit of ground. Today leads us to the letter N, which, as far as I know, follows the letter M.
It does, yeah.
There are some pretty wild critters out there on God's green earth that begin with the letter N. A lot of them I wasn't real familiar with, so Ranger Dan had to do a little research so we know what we're talking about, because this is Critter Corner, where we get filled with critter knowledge. The Nyala, N-Y-A-L-A, the Nyala. To put that in terms you understand, the Nyala is actually like an antelope, only different.
Okay.
The Nutria, N-U-T-R-I-A, the Nutria. I have no clue, but it's probably some kind of funky mouse or rat type thing. I love this one. You're going to have to say it with me. Newellburger. Say it. Newellburger. N-O-O-L burger. That is the Aboriginal name for simply the possum.
Okay.
Really?
Those darn Aborigines, they got a different word for just about
everything.
They do. How about the Nubian? Let's talk about the Nubian. N-U-B-N. Nubian happens to be a soft-shelled turtle.
I didn't know there was a soft-shelled turtle.
There certainly is, and they're much easier to squash than the Nubian hard-shelled turtle. Other critters within, how about the vicious, the ferocious, the New Guinea crocodile? Do research, the New Guinea crocodile. It's exactly like a regular crocodile, but lives in New Guinea.
Nice.
And likely has an accent, too. The numbat. It's rare, marsupial bat. Well, all bats are marsupials, of course, but the numbat is a bat that apparently can't feel anything. And finally, and this is fascinating because they take to the air, let's talk about the winged creature here, the fascinating nunbird. That is a bird species, the nunbird, found in the forest areas of Bolivia, Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, and other countries that illegal drugs come from. The nunbird is the only bird species, the only bird species who can genuflect. Oh. They gather for fish fries during Lent and are known to stun their prey by using little rulers. That's all the time we have. Well, the critters within here, Radio Rangers, I hope you learned something. I know I always do, and I did. Keep in mind what doesn't kill you just makes you stronger. For instance, bears and murder hornets kill you every darn time. This is Ranger Dan out. Say it with me. Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Some credit cards have really high rates or big annual fees. Usually, people sign up for these when it's all they qualify for. If that sounds like you, it may be time to get a better credit card. Over time, your situation changes, and you may qualify for a better credit card. Your current card hopes you don't think about it, but our site shows you many options to see if there's a better credit card for you. Check it out for free at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time right now for a little bit of water cooler talk with Mr. Dan Farris. What do we have for water cooler talk, sir?
Taking something from the Associated Press just because I can. This is going to affect a lot of people. South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem has reimposed some regulations that have been loosened in the last couple of weeks, going to bring them back to fruition. Kristi Noem, who, as you two know, I have a very high regard for. I do. Under Noem's new executive order, South Dakotans whose driver's licenses, permits, and non-driver's identification cards, which are expiring or have expired, you now have until December 30th to renew them, which is
that's nice.
Kind of nice. If you've been downtown at all during the weekdays lately and you look at the line coming out of that building.
Oh, yeah. It's
Shanties.
insane.
You have to line up
people live there,
outside
I
now
believe.
in this and just getting things like car titles switched around things. It's taking up to 6 hours.
Yeah.
I would never.
Like a 2.5 to 6 hour wait just because.
No,
Yep.
would never do it.
So now that's been relaxed. So again, if you're coming up on the licensing, the permit thing, whatever the case may be, got a little grace period till December 30th, which is nice. And some of this stuff you can do online. I know that, but it's kind of cool. So
I encourage people to do it all online. As much as you can do online, do it online. Because who would want to wait 6 hours for that?
That's why I'm bringing this up, John. Why are you mad at me?
I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying it.
Why does he do this to
There's
me?
got to be a more efficient way.
I don't know.
Just turns it on
seems
me.
ridiculous.
Well, it's the DMV, man.
Well, can we talk about something positive now, Dan?
That is positive. You've got till December 30th to get this done.
But I'm going to turn something to 100% positive. My guest coming up in just a moment for our bright spot of news is a 10-year-old who is committed to mow 50 lawns. I'm going to see if I can maybe, because it's for people that are elderly, so I'm thinking Dan could get on that list.
Oh,
He just
you
never
don't even
stops.
have to be a veteran.
He never
But
stops.
also for veterans.
Yeah.
There's a big, it's really cool. It's called 50-Yard Challenge.
Oh, I like the name.
Yeah, and this young lady, Izzy, she's been on CNN. She's been on Dakota News Now. She's been, all over the news.
Okay.
I know her dad, and I reached out a week ago. We were going to do this, and then I got busy with 4th of July stuff, and I realized, I still haven't made this call. So yesterday, Heidi and I talked about it, and I just said, I have to do this. So today's the day, and I've got it lined up for here later in the show. We're going to be doing our bright spot of news. Going to be chatting with Cole and Izzy. So
Where is she at? I mean, the goal
right
is,
here in the Sioux Falls
No,
area.
I understand that, but where is she at with the goal? I just
I don't
taken
know.
by the name. If
Like-
she's a 50-yard challenge,
She just started recently, so I don't know how far. How I'll find out. I'll ask her. So that's all coming up. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
We're here to make it better.
If you find that drug or alcohol problems are hitting you too close to home, you can get help. Maybe it's time for rehab. Your insurance may even cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. Get help for a drug or alcohol problem within 24 hours.
We're here to make it better.
Get more information at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
It's time right now for our bright spot of news, brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. And today we shine our spotlight, our bright spot of news, on a really cool local story. I absolutely love this. I was scrolling through Facebook one day, and a Facebook friend of mine, Cole, was sharing an image here of his daughter with a veteran, and kind of shared a story about the fact that she's doing this thing called a 50-yard challenge. So on the line right now, I have Cole, and I have his daughter, Izzy. First of all, Cole, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
Absolutely. You got to be pretty darn excited to see your daughter doing what she's doing, and it's got to make a dad pretty darn proud.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Honestly, it's just one of many things that she continues to do on her own, and it's not surprising that she does it. It's more exciting to look for what the next thing is that she's trying to do.
And we've got Izzy joining us right now. Izzy, thanks for taking the time to chat with us. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
And you're 10 years old, and you made this decision to do this 50-yard challenge. Let's explain to people what that is.
So you send in a photo of saying, I accept the 50-yard challenge, and then you start mowing 50 lawns for free for the elderly, disabled, single parent, and veteran.
And you came up with this idea. How long ago was it that you said, hey, I'm going to join this 50-yard challenge? Was it a long time ago?
No, I think it was end of May.
So the end of May. And how many lawns have you mowed so far, Izzy?
I have mowed 3. I'm going to mow another lawn, I think, next week.
Yeah, we've got quite the order list.
Are you getting quite a few people reaching out that are saying, hey, I'd love to be a part of this?
Absolutely.
Do you think you're going to struggle to get to 50, or you think you're going to be able to get to 50 pretty easily?
I think it might be a little bit of a struggle, but I think I'll get through it.
And is there a time limit on when you want to get between now and the last lawn? Is it like over the next couple of weeks, next couple of months? How long do you think it'll take to get to 50 yards?
There's not really a time limit, but I would like to have it done by next spring.
Next spring. Very, very nice. And if people would like to contribute, is there a way that people can say, hey, I want to pay for some gas for you to do this, or is there any way for people to help you with this?
What do you mean?
I'm just wondering, like anybody that's listening that says, I'm so proud of Izzy and I think that Izzy is doing something awesome, I'm just wondering if there's a way that they can help you in any way.
that just goes to show her altruism there, if you will. We just kind of support her with it at this point. We never really expected anybody to help chip in or do anything like that. I know on the website for the Raising Men and Women Lawn Service, they have a personal donate button. As far as regionally around here, we don't have anything per se, but I'm sure we could set something up if somebody would like to help contribute towards that. Like I said, I know she's really starting to get quite an order list on. That's a really good thought, and I appreciate that thought, John. And
here's something that we're going to do. We're going to get you guys a gift card for a gas station, and I'm going to encourage other people to do that. We're going to throw it on our Facebook page and show them how to do it and how to connect with you. But I think that would be a really nice thing. You know, if Izzy's out there doing all the hard work, folks, we can certainly step up and say, hey, here's a $10 gift card or a $5 gift card or a $20 gift card, whatever works for you. But if you can buy it from a local gas station to help them out, I think that would be an amazing thing to do for us to do something nice to help her while she's doing something nice.
Well, I can assure you right now, I know we're over the phone, but her mouth is on the floor right now. So
well, we're going to certainly do what we can to help, because I think this is really cool, Izzy.
Thank you. My mind is blown right now.
Well, thank you for doing what you're doing. And if there are other kids listening that say, hey, I want to do this, I want to be a part of the 50-yard challenge, is it pretty simple to join this? Is it an easy thing to be a part of?
Yes, it is. You just go to Raising Men Lawn Care Service, and then you sign out a form on the website and everything, and you can choose like whose lawn you want to mow and all that.
Very nice. We'll throw a link to that website as well. I'm on the Facebook page for them right now, but we'll make sure that we throw a link to that so you can get all the details on how you can be a part of it. Izzy, thank you so much for doing what you're doing, kiddo. I see a very bright future for you.
Thank you.
And Cole, you did a good job raising this one. Good job, man.
Hey, she's doing all the work. All I'm doing is helping support, and hopefully we can put out some good leaders and good people in the world.
And folks, if you would like to help, I'm going to make it easy for you to get in touch with Cole so you can buy a gift card and send it, so that'll help her get through this mission. I think that would be a really fun thing for people to get involved in. All of the information on our Facebook page, facebook.com/sunnyradio. And again, our Bright Spot of News brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. Many people have dabbled in the stock market for their very first time ever this year. If you're new to the market, but you don't want to learn things the hard way and the expensive way, I encourage you to subscribe to this free newsletter. You can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com. Subscribe for free. If you change your mind, just unsubscribe. Sign up for free right now at marketbeatminute.com. That's marketbeatminute.com. And it's time right now for a little bit of entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Because celebrity are fabulous.
Yes.
They're far more knowledgeable than you and I could ever hope to be. I don't know if it was their schooling, their upbringing, or just their vast wealth or what, but they never hesitate to tell you what's up. You know, the world's gone crazy. I think we all realize that.
Yeah.
We've got people saying we can't show this movie anymore. We can't have these books anymore. We can't have these statues anymore. These flags gotta go. That's gotta go. That's gotta go. Well, one of the original General Lees, the automobile from the Dukes of Hazzard TV series, is in a museum.
Oh, wow.
Museum curator says, cars stand, the flag stand.
Okay.
In case you don't know, the General Lee was the car that featured in the Dukes of Hazzard, and it just happened to have a Confederate flag on the roof of that car.
And it made sense because of who these Duke boys were in Hazzard County. You know, they were the
Bo and Luke.
Yeah.
Bo and Luke.
Great show.
On the run from the cops quite often.
Yeah, well.
So it made sense.
Yep, you had Ennis, and I wanted to grow up to be Boss Hogg, and I think I've achieved that. Now, as explained on the museum's website, the 69 Dodge Charger is one of 6 of that production that were used on location in Georgia. And yeah, he says, not budget. It's an historical museum. This is just part of the overall museum. And it is part of history, and why not? So there you go. And if I'm not mistaken, gosh, and I remember this story from quite a while ago, jumping to NASCAR And Bubba Wallace, NASCAR driver, had that whole hubbubbery with supposedly a noose thing, whatever. I want to say, because there were a lot of replicas of the General Lee. Yeah. 6 were used in production, but then others were created.
Yeah, a bunch of them that were crashed and banged
but
up.
there was an auction of another one that had been used in that series. And I want to say, I'm almost positive Bubba Wallace actually won that at auction, bought that at auction. And I thought it was kind of funny. And this is going back maybe a dozen years ago.
Okay.
And when I was reading the interview with it, and he said, yeah, I'm going to remove that Confederate flag, which hit me as just kind of odd, but I didn't think about it because nothing was in the forefront like it is now.
Yeah.
I just thought, well, it's his car. He can do what he wants. I didn't even give it a second thought.
Yeah.
But I want to say Bubba Wallace bought one of those cars. So
and took
so
the flag
why would you spend the money to buy
maybe he was a fan of the show
particular car and then destroy the car?
I don't know either. I don't know either. And I could be just imagining this whole
John,
thing.
If you want, John Schneider's going to be on the program, I believe Monday, one of these days.
One of the best hood sliders in the business.
Yeah. He's got a birthday party. Here's the crazy thing: he and I had an interview scheduled for like May. It was probably earlier than March. To talk about his big birthday bash that he does every year. And then it was canceled because of COVID.
Yeah.
So they just reached out and said, hey, John wants to be on the show. Still got time? And I'm like, yeah. I should be the one calling you, shouldn't I? So we're going to have John Schneider from the Dukes of Hazzard on the program. I don't know what day it is. It's coming soon. It's on my calendar, but I don't have that.
Fantastic.
But maybe I'll ask him about that.
By the way, the car is at the Volo Auto Museum, which is in Illinois. Strangely enough, it's in Volo, Illinois. So
that's really, really cool. Well, Dan, thank you very much for coming in, man.
Show thing.
We've got the John and Heidi Show bonus hour. I want to remind folks, if you did not get a chance to hear our bright spot of news today, we shined on a little 10-year-old from Sioux Falls, a nice young lady, Izzy, mowing lawns, and I said we're going to buy a gift card for a gas station. If you would like to do that as well, I've got the information on how you can get that to her on our Facebook page.
Do you know if she grouts bathrooms?
I don't think she does. I did not ask. It's mainly just mowing lawns, I believe.
Okay.
But all the details.
Alrighty.
Facebook.com/Sunny Radio.
If you have a credit card, we'd like to help you make sure it's the best credit card for you. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and see what you get for points or perks. Then go to bettercreditcards.com to see if we can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. If you don't have a credit card right now, you can check us out too at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Thursday, July 9th, 2020. Equity markets churned for another day on Wednesday as market participants weigh earnings outlook against the spread of COVID-19. The S&P 500 opened higher for the day and closed in the green despite moving briefly into negative territory midday. The move is one of indecision and may lead to another market correction if the outlook for earnings begins to deteriorate again. The earnings and economic calendars are short on market-moving events this week, so it's investor sentiment more than anything else driving prices. Based on the few Q2 reports that have come in so far, the risk for traders is to the upside. Reports from a number of companies, including Micron, Winnebago, General Mills, and PayPal, the consensus targets for the Q2 and 2020 full-year earnings cycles are too low. What that means for the market is the potential for a round of upward revisions from Wall Street to add fuel to what's already a record-setting market melt-up. You can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox at marketbeatminute.com.